You have been programmed to struggle, not succeed. Everything you've been taught in life has taught you to be a consumer, not a business owner. And today, I'm going to show you 7 money hacks that will deprogram you and put you on the path to making money online super fast. But the question is, can you sit through this entire video and learn the money mind hacks and change your life? Or is your programming going to kick in and steal your focus away from what could be the most important video you watch about making money online? Because I know a lot of people talk about pie-in-the-sky ideas and law of attraction and manifesting what you want. And that's all fine and good. But without these 7 money mindset hacks, you can manifest yourself till you're blue in the face and you're not going to get ahead. Because these are core things that you need to focus on to be able to get ahead in your business. And whether you're looking for a side hustle, a new way to make money, or starting an entire business, this will affect you. What you are about to learn is the same stuff that I've been using for over 25 years to create multiple 7-figure businesses and make 8 figures for myself personally with my businesses online. And all of this was started from the ground up. So these principles work whether you're broke, whether you have lots of money, or somewhere in between. But first, we need to focus on deprogramming you. You see, the United States was started as somewhat of an experiment. It was a consumer experiment that was put on by a guy named Edward Bernays back in the early 1900s, right around the time of the Great Depression. And what they did is they studied consumer behavior and they focused on marketing and turning all of the people in America into consumers. That's right, more focused on what they're going to buy than what they're going to do to actually get the money to buy it. And what this did is it programmed us not to be entrepreneurs, but to be people who are just obsessed with buying things. Yeah, a lot of people call it shiny object syndrome. Fast forward to the invention of the television. Once the television came out, the product completely changed. Now we had advertising that was based on people watching something for a given point of time. So if they watched an entire program on TV, then the advertisers would pay lots of money to have ads to be in front of those people so that, yeah, you guessed it, they can sell stuff because these are the consumers. Only when TV came out, you became the product. You were the product that was bought and sold, and you were programmed to pay attention to things that entertained you, not so much to the things that would change your life. And I don't even need to get into how programs like TikTok and Instagram and Facebook are making that 1,000 times worse by breaking your attention span into very little fragments. And you have the illusion that you're doing something, but nothing's actually getting done, and you're not getting ahead. If you're already starting to see how you've been programmed, type deprogram for money in the comments below to let me know that you're paying attention. Because if I can use these 7 money mind hacks to deprogram you, I think you're going to have a much better shot at making money online, starting a business, and being successful. And it's very important that you pay attention to all 7 of these hacks, because one of these alone won't work. You need all 7 of them to put together so that you can be successful. And don't worry, they're not very hard. It's as simple as a little mindset shift that can be done in an afternoon. Actually, some of it is being done right now while you're watching this video. So if you're ready for success, let's dive in and talk about these 7 mindset money hacks. Number 1 is a one-track focus. As I mentioned earlier, the consumers and the people on TikTok and all the people consuming content online are not the same people that are making money with content online. I know this for a fact because when I go home, my family's showing me videos and funny things that they look at throughout the day. And I'm kind of oblivious to it because I don't know who these people are. The only reason I consume internet content is so that I can make money. That is my one-track focus. Whenever I see someone new pop up in my feed, I have to figure out how they're making money. It's kind of like an obsession. And that one-track focus allows me to focus on what is going to get me money. What am I doing at this given point in time, and how does it play into making money? A lot of people think that watching webinars and videos and all this stuff is helping them make money online. And don't get me wrong, there's a lot of good info in videos, that's why I make them. But there's also the distraction point, which is distracting you from your main purpose. And if you don't know what your main purpose is, this is further proof of that concept. So what we need to do is we need to set out and make a decision about what we're going to do. Are we going to build a website, start a YouTube channel, sell stuff through dropshipping, create a product? What is it that we want to do? Then, once we decide on that, we are going to be one-track focus on that one thing. A lot of you guys are trying to make money online, and you watched a video about dropshipping, and then you watch a video about Facebook, and you watch a video about this and that and the other, and everything looks good, only it's fragmenting your attention and leading to indecision. You don't know what you're going to do, how you're going to do it, what kind of business you're going to start. And until you answer this question of what you're doing and how you're going to start, you will forever struggle. So what we need to do in Mind Hack 1 is a very specific one-track focus. Once we decide the type of business we're doing, or the type of website we want to create, or the type of product we want to sell, then we're going to put all of our eggs in that one basket and make it work. Some people say, well, Marcus, what if you fail? Do you have a backup plan? I do not. I've never had a backup plan in my life. I always look at one thing, and I look for proof that it will work. And once I find that proof, I do it until it works with a one-track focus. I don't get distracted by the latest video or the newest AI tool. I focus on one thing. And if the new video will help me get there, then yes, I will watch it. If the new AI tool fits into my focus, then yes, I will watch it. But I need to guard my mind because that is the most important thing in my business. If I don't guard my mind and focus on the one thing I'm doing and that one thing alone, then I am forever going to struggle and be saddled with shiny object syndrome, and I'll wonder why I spent so much money on courses and tools and never really got anywhere. This is why. And now, let's move on to Money Mind Hack number 2, deliberate action. When I take action online, I'm always doing something deliberate with an end goal in mind. I'm creating a blog post to send to my list to sell this product. I'm creating a blog post or a video to rank in the search engines to get me traffic to build a mailing list to sell the product. Everything has a deliberate action. What most people do, and I've been teaching this business for over 10 years now. I've been doing this business for 25. And in teaching this business, I have learned that people out there struggle and spend all day trying to make their blog blue, or make a video this certain way, or code this one program, or write this one thing. And I always ask them, what are you doing? And 9 times out of 10, they really don't know. They just know that they got fixated on one thing and they spent all day doing it because it was more or less an obsession of the mind rather than an actual focused, deliberate action. When I take deliberate action, I sit down and set a time frame for what I'm going to do. Maybe it's setting up a new project. And I go out to set this new project up, and maybe there's something I don't understand, a program, a tool, a new AI thing, or an image editor, or whatever it is. If I don't understand that, within about 9 minutes, I'm going to shut down and I'm going to find someone who does understand it. Because for me to spend all day learning this one thing that is not deliberately focused on what's going to make me money is a complete misuse of my time. And so if I go out there and I try to do something and I run into a wall, maybe the program isn't cooperating the way I want, I need to stop right there and do something productive that's going to get me closer to my goal. Because trying to figure out tech things is not going to get you closer to your goal when your goal is to run a business. You're doing $2 an hour work as the CEO, which does not make sense. I mean, think about it. Have you ever seen the CEO of Walmart bag your groceries? Yeah, he hires robots and people for that. And sometimes he even makes you do that yourself. Why? Because he is paid to make high-priced decisions, powerful decisions that affect many things and many people. And the more powerful your decisions are, the more money you're going to make. If I make a decision about making the font blue, That is a really low-powered outcome. I could pay someone to do that in 2 seconds. But if I spend all day trying to do that, now I've just wasted so many decisions that I could be making that will make me money, such as creating the right title, making the right piece of content, adding a new product to our product line, creating a sales webinar, talking to customers, learning about my market. All of these things will make you lots of money. The tech stuff, the little things, the bagging the groceries is not going to get you ahead. But we've been programmed. I understand it. Our programming says that digging ditches, bagging groceries, customer support, these are important jobs. And yes, they are important jobs if you're looking for a job. However, I'm looking to run a business, and that mindset needs to change. So every time you sit down to do something, ask yourself, am I taking deliberate action that's getting me further in my business and the goal of making money? If the answer is no, you need to find something else to do. And the third mindset hack is leverage. Leverage is key. I remember, I think it was Archimedes who said, if you give me a fulcrum, which is like a fancy way of saying stick, long enough, I can move the earth, which is basically saying, okay, if I have this here, I have the leverage to move something higher up without that much effort. Leverage in business is key. We need to look for leverage everywhere. Can we leverage money in the form of credit, bank, loans, money we have sitting around, or whatever it is? Can we leverage time? Can we leverage employees? One of the things that I did over the last couple of years that has added an extra 7 figures to the bottom line here at the old affiliate marketing dude is by leveraging outsourced employees. If I can get outsourced employees to do some of those mundane tasks that I don't really have the time to do, well then, I'm freed up to focus on things that make lots of money. Is your mindset starting to change already? Are you starting to see how most of us have been focused on job-type tasks rather than entrepreneur-type tasks? What are the things that entrepreneurs do that job people don't do? What are the things that job people do that entrepreneurs don't do? We need to differentiate these because a lot of people are in the trap of treating their business like a job. And being an entrepreneur is not a job. You might do some job-like tasks, but overall, it's a business. And so we need to be looking for things that we can leverage. Can I leverage Facebook for website traffic? Can I leverage a video to get more customers? Can I leverage someone else's mailing list by paying for an ad? All of these things are examples of leverage that we can do right now that can make us money. These are things I talk about called traffic boosters. Maybe I can go to Reddit and get a bunch of customers like that. Maybe, like my buddy, years ago, he built his entire multi-million-dollar pawn shop business using free Craigslist ads. And understanding the right places to leverage will change your life as an entrepreneur. But again, you need to train your mind to look for them. If you're not looking, you won't see. And if you don't see, you won't profit. And that is why I'm making this video for you, so that you understand the mindset shifts that need to happen for you to get ahead. Again, they're not difficult. We've gone through 3 already, and they're pretty simple. Let's go on to number 4. Maximize your time structure. Maximize your effort in minimum time. If I can do a task 10 times quicker, I need to do that task 10 times quicker. I was recently watching an Alex Hormozy video, which I have conflicted feelings on, but this one thing he said actually stood out to me. He said that there was a law in business that says that work will expand to meet the time allotted. So if I say, I need you to organize all of this fake money that I use in my videos, and I give you 8 hours to do it, chances are you're going to do this really slowly or do other things and get distracted, and it will take you 8 hours to do. But I know it's probably a 20-minute task at best. So what we need to do is focus on giving each thing we do a time allotted tag, saying, if I'm going to do this WordPress post or make this video, I have 3 hours or 20 minutes, and try to make it smaller than you think you need. If you think you need 5 hours, give yourself 2 and see what happens. And what's going to happen is you're going to find out that you're able to work a lot faster. It's going to be like a miracle, and you're going to wonder why you have all this time to work on your business. And it's because you have trained yourself to work differently. You see, when we go to a job, I see this all the time because I have employees here, and I was an employee many years ago. And when we have a job, if there's nothing to do, we do menial tasks to fill up the time and look busy. Or if we're at a desk job, a lot of our time is checking email, checking our Facebook feed, and other things that aren't really related to working. However, when I sit down to work, I sit down to work. I determine what I want to get done, how much time I have to do it, and then I do it. When I sat down to make this video, I have my notes on the board, and I said I'm going to give myself 3 hours to record this video. So far, it's taken me about 22 minutes. So you can see by the time counter below how much time I filmed versus how much we're actually using. This is important because the more we can get rid of waste, the better off we're going to be and the more money we're going to make. So everything you do needs to have a little time allotment. I'm setting up this website. Here's the time I have allotted. If I can't get it done in the time, I need to find someone who's going to help me, because if I waste my time on $2 an hour work, then my business is going to be worth about $2 an hour. I mean, do the math, right? But again, nobody teaches you this, because if they keep you busy, you're going to buy programs and you're going to watch videos and you're going to consume all the content and wonder why you're not getting ahead. This is why. Number 5, your time structure. A lot of people who know me know that I suffer from probably one of the worst ADHDs you've ever seen. And there's a good side and a bad side to having ADHD. The good side is I can focus at a rapid pace for a very long period of time. If I get focused on something, I will do that, and I will do that alone till the end of the world. The downside is I get distracted very easily. So if you're distracted right now and you're watching this video and you're like, well, let's see how the Niners did in the football, or how this did, or, oh, hey, look, there's another video, or Aunt Sally posted a picture of her new dog on Facebook. Yeah, those things are easy to get distracted by. However, I will tell you one of the secrets. When I go to work, I go to work. My computers here at the office are just for work. That's all there is to do here, is work and work and work. And when a lot of people talk to you about hustle culture, just hustle, just do more, they're not telling you the whole story. Because if you do more of the wrong thing, you're going to get more of no results. But if you do more of the right thing, then you are going to get big results. Again, refer to lesson 1, which is your one-track focus, and lesson 2, which is deliberate action in the direction you want to go. And having ADD, in the way I have it, is super difficult. And it makes it look like I'm kind of doing everything haphazard. Even my employees that work here are like, Marcus, what's up with your schedule? But I will tell you, in that schedule, there is allotted time to do very, very specific things. And when I'm focused on those, I do them very quickly. And having a time structure, like saying, I'm blocking out 4 hours to do this, I'm doing this. From 3 to 5, I do calls with customers. From 9 to 10, I do blog posts. Having this structure and doing it every day is key. And one of the little addendums I'll put on to our time structure is to also be consistent. If you find something that works, or I teach you something that works, do that over and over and over again until it stops working, which 9 times out of 10, it won't stop working. And the reason is going to be revealed in hack number 7. But if we find something we want to do and do it over and over again, that will change your life. Years ago, when I was doing YouTube, I was at about 10,000 subscribers. I was trying to build and grow, and I noticed the power of the customers that came from video. I mean, it was unparalleled. I had one guy, the pawn shop guy, who wrote me one day when my channel was new, and he wanted to learn from me directly. The guy paid like $20,000 to hang out with me for one day. And between you, me, and the wall, I quoted that figure because I really didn't want to go meet him, but he called my bluff. So I had to go hang out with him and teach him business, and he loved it, and we became friends and talked business all the time. However, that showed me the power of, hey, there's people out there that want to learn this stuff, and they will pay to learn it, and it's a great place to get customers. So I learned that, and I said to myself back in, I believe it was 2017, I'm going to do 3 videos a week, which is difficult. Making these videos is very difficult. Why? Because I have an ethics problem that says I need to be absolutely upfront and honest and do the best job I can to teach you the best things that will help you make money. I don't scrimp, I don't cut corners, I put a lot of thought and effort into these videos to try to help you in the best way possible. If you appreciate that, smash a like button. And when I set out to do 3 videos a week, I was curious of what would happen. And what happened at first was not much. Got a few extra videos here and there. But what I learned is that by doing 3 videos a week, that was 150 videos a year. Having 150 videos a year allowed me to have videos that would go viral way more often. Because if you're doing 1 a week and it takes 20 videos to get one that's going to be a banger, then that's going to take me a half a year to get 1 banger. But if I'm doing 3 every single week, well, now I get a banger every couple of months. You see how that works? Quantity and quality pays off in spades. And also, I'm not just making videos because I feel like it. I'm looking at these videos as avenues to get more people to watch. So, having the right keyword research, knowing the right topic, making the right content, knowing what people watch, these all play into what I'm doing. And the cool part about it is the more you do, the better you're going to get. The faster it's going to get. If you're doing blog posts, the more you do, the better you're going to get, the more traffic you're going to get. It's a compound effect. And I believe it was Einstein who said that the most powerful force in the universe is compound interest. Things stacked on top of each other over and over can pay big dividends. This is something I learned about 20 years ago when one of my websites made a $7 sale. And I said to myself, well, I wasn't working today, and the website made $7. So what if my goal wasn't to go out there and make $1,000 a day or $10,000 a day, or my average, which is about $5,000 a day right now, which seems like a big goal. You might say $5,000 a day. I haven't even made that in a month. How am I going to make it in a day? Well, I was like you. Back when I first started, $100,000 a year was my big goal. I didn't know how to get it. I was stuck. But after 1 year in business, I got there. And this is how. Instead of focusing on making $500 a day or $1,000 a day, I sat down and said, what if I could do something today that will produce $1, $2, maybe $3 a day? Now, again, when you look at this, most people, if you say, Marcus, you can go to work at a job and make $300 today for your work for 8 hours. Why would you mess around making $1 a day every day? Well, let me tell you a little secret. If my focus is on making $1 a day every day with the work I do today, well, then that frees me up tomorrow to do the same amount of work and get another $1 to $3 or $10 or $50. Again, some of these will take off, like I mentioned in the viral video example. And some of them will be run-of-the-mill. But the average we're shooting for is $3 a day. Do you think if I gave you 8 hours, you could figure out a way to make $3 a day every day? Yeah, I think so too. It's not that hard. You could do it with 1 blog post, 1 video, 1 post on Facebook, 1 little mailing list tool. I mean, the possibilities are endless. And if you do that, by the end of 1 month, you'll be making $100 a day automatically. You can close shop and still get $100 a day. Or you can keep going. And if I spend that 8 hours making $1 a day, at the end of the year, that equals $365. But again, everyone looks at $300 versus 1. What are you talking about? Again, this is because you have been programmed for instant gratification. 300 now sounds better than 300 in 300 days. But in 300 days, I will have a machine making me $300 to $900 a day in profit without having to work anymore. Do you see what I'm getting at here? Compound interest. And that all has to do with being consistent. The sixth money hack we're going to look at today is execution. Are you getting the things done completely that are going to make you money? Are you able to sit down and finish something start to finish? Whether it's a blog, whether it's a blog post, a video, whatever it is, can you sit down and finish a task with one goal in mind? If you can, then that's going to get you a lot quicker to making money. But again, remember how I said all of these work together. We need to know what the task is and why we're doing it. If you're sitting down and doing something and you can't quantify how it's going to put money in your pocket, then you need to stop doing it. Because what we need to do is focus only on things that make money. Focus on the blog post. How is it going to make money? When I do something, there's a strategic point of everything. So when I go out there and I say, I'm going to make this video, I say, who am I going to make it for? Where's it going to take traffic? How's it going to make me money? If I do a blog post, same thing. If I'm writing an article, same thing. If I'm building a new business, same thing. Who's it going to be for? How am I going to reach them? How's it going to make money? These are the questions you need to be asking yourself day in and day out when you work on your business. If you come and watch one of my videos, ask yourself why. What is this going to do for me? I'm learning a new AI tool. How is it going to fit in my business? One of the things that ADHD also does for me is it forces me to put everything in little square boxes. So when I watch a video, I watch it with the intent of how is it going to help me with this project. Not, oh, hey, cool thing, maybe I'll start something new. No, I watch it and I say, how is this tool going to help me with what I'm already doing? And if you start asking yourself this, you will be able to use these tools and you will be available for new opportunities that come along all the time. But if you're just watching things to be entertained, to say, oh, here's the new thing, maybe that's going to make me rich, well, yeah, you might as well watch a funny movie or something like that because you're going to get the same outcome and it's going to be laughable. So deliberate execution, focusing on getting things done in a timely manner for a purpose. Number 7, guess money just sticks to me now, is the ability to adapt. This one is super important because what we like is to set a business, set the parameters, and let it go. But you always have to adapt. This happens all the time. Just look at how many times OpenAI and ChatGPT had to adapt over the last couple months. Google, constantly adapting. If you're not able to adapt, you will be out of business. If you're staying rigid and saying, well, this is the way that I've done it all these years, well, you're not going to be doing it very much longer because things change. Imagine if the businesses at the time of the internet said, well, we're just going to keep with our Yellow Pages ad because that's what we've always done. Well, last time I needed a Yellow Pages for a video, I had to order it on eBay and it was like 27 years old. Yeah. That model isn't as powerful as it used to be. So if you relied on that, you would be out of business. We need to be able to adapt and change at the drop of a hat. If something doesn't work, we figure out why and we learn how to make it work. Again, that's when you watch the videos. How do I make this work? My video didn't get views. My blog post didn't rank. Why? The question why is key. A lot of people are asking how. How do I make money? How do I rank? Rather than why. Why did that rank? Why didn't that? Use the word why, and you'll find yourself more successful. Why? Because it's going to give you different questions and different answers. Having the right questions is what's going to get you the right answers. But again, you've been programmed to have the wrong questions. That's why I'm making this video, so that you can start asking the right questions rather than what's the best way to make money. Why don't you figure out something that works for you? Because let's face it, we're all different. Some people like making videos, some people don't. Some people are good bloggers, some people aren't. Some people are super smart, some people struggle. And guess what? There's super smart people that are broke, and there's non-smart people that are rich. There's super smart people that are rich, and there's non-smart people that are broke. What do they have in common? I believe that it's a combination of these 7 mind hacks. And deprogramming yourself from being a consumer of media and a consumer of products to being a business owner. Looking at the world a little bit different. When I hang out with successful entrepreneurs, that's the one thing I notice. We look at the world different. Now, there's a lot of ego involved, so it's kind of hard to see that. But most people do look at things differently. Your realtor looks at the world in terms of houses and house prices and loans. Your gardener looks at things in terms of trees and sycamores and redwoods and all these other things. I look at the world in terms of commerce and internet. And it drives everyone nuts, but it sure does make us a lot of money. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope it helps you deprogram yourself and understand what it takes to be successful. And if you appreciated it, share with us your top takeaway, what you think was the best aha moment you had in this video as a comment below. And if you want notes from this video so you can check out all of my thoughts on all of this stuff, hop on over to downloadmynotes.com.